Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today, we are going to discuss how to prove that your project is in the national interest of the United States of America for the purpose of EB-2 National Interest Waiver. At the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your case for EB-2 National Interest Waiver. Let's go. You must have an endeavor. I also call it a project because nobody knows what endeavor means. So this must be a project that you are planning to implement here in the States. And all your experience, all your education, and all your skills and professionalism are gonna put you in a position to be able to implement this project. We look at your past to be able to assess if you can do what you claim. Again, a little bit of refreshment of what we're talking about. Stanislav, how do I know if my project is in the national interest of the States? I'm gonna give you three ways to understand if your project, if your endeavor is good enough for USCIS, for the Immigration Service. Reason number one, you are coming to the States to solve some problem. That problem could be in economy, that problem could be in business, in science, in technology, in innovation, in culture, in sport. Anywhere, you can find a problem anywhere. Each country has a problem. And US has problems too. You may find the problem first. Okay, I'm an IT specialist. I'm doing coding. I'm proposing some solutions to the businesses. Let's see if the businesses in the US have the same problem as they do in my country or in the country where I work. And I already have the solution for those problems. Let's say you have the technology or you have the software that can automate the processes in a big manufacturer. You are working with big works or manufacturers in your country. You come to them and you assess their processes, you find the weaknesses, you find the problems there, and you propose the solution. Once your solution is implemented, that factory becomes more efficient. Okay, they either make more money or they have less spendings and things like that. So you can bring those consulting services here in the States, and because the factories and big companies and manufacturers have problems with processes worldwide, your solution is probably gonna work. You also have to find some support that there are problems in that sector of economy. Maybe some journalist wrote an article about big manufacturer in Illinois pointing out the problems that they have with their processes. And you may base your entire endeavor and a national interest on that article. The better the materials that you find, the best are the White House, the Biden administration, the USCIS policies, the professors and good universities, the publications, the census, that's the federal agency that collects all the statistics about the population and things like that. So the better the source, and of course the government sources are the best, the better the evidence of the problem that you're gonna resolve with your project. You were working, for example, in banks, helping them to create a better payment system like PayPal, but within the bank. And you have all that experience and you have maybe software or some solutions with which you can go to American banks and offer them the better, the faster, the cheaper services to implement within the industry to serve the financial and economical interest. Okay? Or with your experience, you could be a consultant who's gonna go to the bank and say, hey, and analyze the payment system and say, hey, You guys have a problem with cybersecurity, you have a problem with transaction speed, you have a problem with higher commission, and I can fix that, or I can offer these solutions. And of course, if you work with the bigger banks, this is going to be in the national interest because the solution of those problems is going to affect the whole financial system. These are the two examples I'm just giving to you so you understand the theory that I'm talking about. Number two, you're coming to the US not to resolve a problem or solve the problem, but to create, for example, a new industry or create something that has never existed in the United States of America. I have a client, and I think I mentioned about him in one of the videos. His endeavor, his project was to bring the industry of manufacturing the knives in the US. Yes, there are knives here in the US that are made here, of course, but it's so small proportionate to the entire ecosystem of the knives that coming from China, from Vietnam, from Malaysia, from Indonesia and other countries, that his endeavor was to recreate this industry here in the States. He had a really good business plan, and most importantly, in things like that, when you need to build something, you have to money to show, to back up your game, okay? You cannot just say, okay, this is my business plan, I'm gonna buy 5 acres of land in Mississippi, and I'm gonna bring the people and build the warehouses and manufacture, and it's gonna be good. Show me the money, how you're gonna do this, or show me that there is an investment ready for this project. You can come here and create something tangible, manufacture, for example, or maybe some business that never existed, or something intangible, bringing your services or your solutions that are not existing in the States. I think this is a much harder way to prove your endeavor and national interest, just because the States is the #1 country in innovation and technology. But about 10 to 15% of my clients do get this cause and reason to come here. Number 3, if you are researcher, you are in academia, you are in the university, you are in a lab, you are working on the progress, on evolution of our science, technology, innovation, and your endeavor, your project may be just continuing working on your research, on your publications, on your progression of the science. That in itself could be an endeavor, and which is in the national interest of the States, which again, coming from the courts, okay? You guys know me, I love the law. I love to read the precedent opinions where we can find a little comma in a footnote on the 3rd page that's gonna prove our whole case. I'm just like that. I love this stuff, so I find the best things for you so we can get your case approved. And across of all our petitions and all visas, EB-1, EB-5, EB-2, O1, L1, E2, we get 9 cases approved out of 10. In some programs like EB-2 National Interest Waiver, we get 100% approval rate. Alright guys, so if you liked all these 3 reasons, give me some love, smash that like button. Make sure that you do this so I could assess how many of you appreciate the content that I create. Also, you can get a free evaluation of your case for EB-2 National Interest Waiver. How are you going to do this? Very easy. You go down below this video in the description. You find the link that says free evaluation EB-2 NIW. You click it, you fill out the questionnaire, and within 48 hours, I'll be back with you and giving you my qualification of your case. And if I see the potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning. Alright, comment this video, ask the questions, subscribe to my YouTube if you have not yet. Also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. There is a different content between these platforms and you want to get those exclusive materials. I'm Stanislav Shamaev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.